Top officials and ministers in Sierra Leone are under fire after reports of corruption.
Our own investigations discovered that, on the contrary, the government's public expenditure has increased. They have grafted a lot of individuals, political party appointees on the public payroll.
We will also be reading out your comments on the topics we are covering. But before all that, let's find out what's been happening around the world in brief.
Keep those comments coming through. We'll definitely get to them during the course of the show and read them out. Now let's go to Sierra Leone. Top officials and ministers in the country are under fire after a news site published a series of reports detailing corruption under the administration of President Mada Bio. Now, the US-based site, the African Express, based its investigations on leaked financial records.
And the offices of the president, that of the First Lady, and the Chief Minister are among those named. President Bio won 2018 elections in part because of his promise to crack down on endemic government corruption. Our correspondent in Freetown, Claudia Anthony, picks up the story.
The African Express articles reveal shocking levels of government misspending. One claims that the office of the First Lady illegally received almost $3 million United States dollars in public funds since 2018. It also alleges that First Lady Fatima Bio was paid nearly $5 million United States dollars in a state-funded bank account, although this is against the law. The articles show that President Bio's administration is failing to stop corruption, says journalist Cherno Alphabar, who co-authored the reports.
Our own investigations discovered that, on the contrary, the government's public expenditure has increased. They have grafted a lot of individuals, political party appointees on the public payroll, which has increased the wage bill by 45%.
When they came to power in 2018, President Bio and his Sierra Leone People's Party promised to, and I quote, block the leakage, unquote, fleecing Sierra Leone's public coffers. Journalist Barr says his team's motivation was to hold officials to these election promises.
Those promises hinge on questions of accountability, issues around the prudent management of public finance. What that means is that these individuals promise that they are going to reduce waste in public spending, ensure that there's fiscal discipline in the management of public resources.
It's often a pattern for a new president to only investigate corruption under the outgoing president and party. But if Sierra Leone is serious about its war on graft, political affiliation shouldn't form part of the equation, says Marcella Samba Sisse from the NGO, the Campaign for Good Governance.
I want to think that these issues should be looked at dispassionately from an apolitical perspective, because it's high time we look at our public service. The current government puts forward a robust plan to rid this country of corruption.
As for the latest allegations, in a press release, the Office of the Chief Minister said alleged breach of procurement laws is false and aims to tarnish the government's image. The release asserted that all funds were allocated through the Ministry of Finance and that some were even ratified by the Parliament.
Claudia Anthony there with that report.
Okay, now let's go straight to comments that came through. And there were many. Perspective Scope says, corruption like we've never seen before.
And John Cagboy saying it's not a surprise to see people supporting those looters just because they are benefiting direct from this wicked system.